with only 3% of family businesses making it to the fourth generation or beyond. He wanted to gauge their passion for becoming sixth-generation owners. Only after they enthusiastically expressed interest did Dick see a purpose in continuing to grow the business. Dick's company, D.G. Yingling & Son, grew into America's largest domestically owned beer producer. But that was never his goal. We were not in any race to be the largest domestically owned brewer, he reflects. Our game is longevity. My daughters are in the business now, and we want their kids to be able to run it someday. That's what's satisfying to us. Forbes estimates the blue jeans and sneaker-wearing leader of the beer giant has a net worth of close to $2 billion. Even with all his wealth, he still drives a modest car and regularly turns off lights left on at the office. They say I'm cheap, he told me, but I'm economical. His motto, to work with what he has and make the most out of it, helped him achieve the elusive goal of creating a thriving and sustainable business he enjoys running alongside his children. What made Dick so successful and satisfied when so many other brewers went bust, running themselves and their companies into the ground? As a social scientist and Rice University professor, I've spent over a decade studying what makes organizations more prosperous and the people who work inside them better off. I've researched, consulted with, or worked at organizations in industries as diverse as technology, manufacturing, banking, retail, energy, healthcare, and nonprofits, spending time with top executives at Fortune 500 companies, entrepreneurs launching their businesses, frontline employees trying to make a difference, and everyone in between. I've had the privilege of teaching thousands of people from all over the world, executives, engineers, teachers, doctors, working parents, and young people just starting their professional lives. What I've found in my research, and what a growing body of scientific evidence supports, is that how we think about and use resources has a tremendous influence on professional success, personal satisfaction, and organizational performance. The problem is, we routinely overestimate the importance of acquiring resources, but even more significantly, underestimate our ability to make more out of those we have. Whether adapting to major changes, going about everyday routines, or trying to carve out meaningful careers and lives, my research explains how people and organizations can expand their resources to achieve great things and feel fulfilled. To stretch. Stretching is a learned set of attitudes and skills that comes from a simple but powerful shift from wanting more resources to embracing and acting on the possibilities of our resources already in hand. Before stretching, we first need to break free from attitudes and habits that propel us down a dangerous path. When embarking on our most important efforts, from how we build businesses and cultivate careers, to how we raise families and find happiness in our lives, our instincts are to follow a basic rule. Having more resources equals getting better results. When you want to complete a project faster, so the logic goes, add more staff. If you want to have a higher impact at work, get a fancier title and a larger office. To prop up a declining product, spend additional marketing dollars. To make schools more effective, hire more teachers. For government to work better, provide a bigger budget. If you want to improve your relationship, buy an expensive gift. There is a comforting intuition to this approach. It seems only natural that the more you have, the more you can do and the better you'll feel. But as alluring as this sentiment may seem, it regularly fails to produce the best outcomes because it leads us to go after resources we don't need and to overlook the full potential of the resources we already have at hand. At the time Dick Yingling expanded his beer business, his chief rival followed the conventional thinking of having more resources equals getting better results. Started in 1849 by the German immigrant Bernhard Stroh, the Detroit brewery grew into one of America's largest and most prestigious beer producers.